access to land, forced evictions, fear of homelessness, property rights. These and many more issues will be discussed in this panel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dipali Sood, and I work for Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity is about providing decent shelter for all. That's our vision. And when we started to engage in housing, we were focusing on house building. And we ended up identifying access to land and security of tenure as the main blockage for poor people to have decent housing.
By 2030, 60% of the world will live in cities. 90% of that growth is going to happen in Africa and South Asia. More practically, in the context of Africa, something like 350 million people will be moving into cities in Africa. That represents the entire present population of people living in European cities. So land is a fundamental and key issue for future resilient cities.
As of today, 1.6 million people live without adequate shelter, without a decent roof over their heads. Out of these, 1 billion live in slums.
Urbanization today will require us looking at slum dwellers, working with them, first of all, finding suitable ways of upgrading where they are currently, such as producing better sanitation conditions for them. And then we could also look at probably producing better homes for them, schools, clinics. So urbanization in Liberia is very important for Monrovia City today when you look at the fact that we have about 70% of the population in Monrovia living in slums.
We have projects focused on street children or orphans, giving them a home and education. We are improving skills of these vulnerable people, not only children but also adults, mainly women. Or we have supporting programs for craft education and so on.
We are working in building a policy response at EU level, from here to Habitat 3 meeting in Quito. And we hope that will be the beginning of a more relevant support to urban development that we think that is a more and more important thing. And if I can conclude also after Quito and from now, we realize that the gender issue is something fundamental, and power to women to pass to do better than we have done to now.
And the overarching objective is to end poverty, stop hunger, and have inclusive growth. We have been having growth in our different economies, but this growth has not been inclusive.
Access to land is as much an urban issue as a rural issue, and that unless we get that correct and make land available for development in a way that's affordable to people, we will not achieve our objectives of resilient cities.